Good evening, friends. On behalf of Banking Quest, I, Tilak Gulati, extend you warm welcome on this training program on risk management in banks and NBFCs level 2. Friends, Banking Quest has been envisioned by senior level bankers with the sole aim of developing next generation bankers. We have been achieving this objective through the medium of our illustrative website, analytical blogs, trainings, workshops, webinars, articles written in leading financial dailies, and also through our YouTube channel. Friends, I am happy to announce that so far we have trained more than 6,000 bankers. Friends, during the last 1.5 years, during this pandemic period, we have conducted a host of training programs. To name a few, we have conducted foreign exchange training programs for the executives of State Bank of Mauritius, Export-Import Bank of India, and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. We have also conducted risk management training programs for banks and NBFCs with interbank participation. We have conducted pre-promotional training to officers of Union Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Indian Bank, State Bank of India, UCO Bank, and various regional rural banks, small finance banks, and cooperative banks. We have conducted workshops for Bank of Maharashtra, foreign exchange training programs with interbank participation, credit management training programs with interbank participation, and management development programs for banks executive. Friends, we have been able to achieve this milestone due to the hard work and dedication of our core team. To introduce you with our dedicated team, we have with us Professor Dr. Rajiv Kishore Dubey, former Chairman cum Managing Director of Canara Bank, Mr. Hargovind Sachdev, former General Manager, State Bank of India, and Head of Central European Credit Desk of SBI, Frankfurt, Germany, Professor Rajesh Mahajan, former General Manager, Risk Management, Bank of Baroda, Professor Dr. K.S. Rao, Adjunct Professor at Institute of Insurance and Risk Management and former Director, NIPSCOM, Professor Dr. Sanjay Basu, Associate Professor, National Institute of Bank Management, Pune, Mrs. Shashikala Ramachandra, former General Manager and Chief Risk Officer, Canara Bank, Mrs. Hemlata Mohan, former Country Head, Operational Risk, ING Vaishya Bank, Mr. Sanjay Akhuri, former General Manager, State Bank of India, Mr. SSN Murthy, former Deputy General Manager, Risk Management, Union Bank of India, Mr. Vaman Gokhale, former Deputy General Manager, Central Bank of India, Mr. Nagaraj Sasulla Ramasubbarao, former Director, SBI Regional Training Institute, Mr. Isaac Tudo, Trade Finance Specialist and former Regional Head Sales, ICICI Bank, Ma'am Surendrajit Kaur, former Assistant General Manager and Faculty, State Bank of India, Mr. Vijay Kumar Chatwal, former Executive and Faculty, Punjab National Bank, and myself, Tilak Gulati, former Principal, Staff Training College, UCO Bank. Presently, I am the Chief Executive of Banking Quest. Friends, today we are starting level 2 of our risk training program on risk management in banks and NBFCs. This level 2, which we are starting from today, 6th of September, and it will continue up to 7th of October 2021. Friends, this program will be extremely beneficial for bankers, officials working in financial institutions, students pursuing management programs. This program has been structured into 10 sessions. Each session will be of 1 hour duration from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. every Monday and Thursday. Friends, the special feature of all our online training program is that besides conducting live session, we also share the recording of each session with the participants in case any participant is not able to join it due to his personal or professional compulsion or due to network problem. We share the recording for next 4 days. We also share write-up on each session, and this write-up is uploaded on our website, bankingquest.com. After each session, at the end of each session, we give a short quiz to the participants on their WhatsApp. and periodically we conduct test papers. At the end, we issue certificate to the participants. Friends, this risk management training program, this entire training program has been designed, structured, and will be directed by Mr. Rajesh Mahajan. Banker come academician, Mr. Rajesh Mahajan possesses rich banking experience of 38 years, and for the last more than 6 years is active in academics. His core area of training are credit management, risk management. He retired from Bank of Baroda as General Manager, Risk Management. During his tenure in bank, Mr. Mahajan was a member of subcommittee of IBA on risk management. After his retirement in November 2014, he joined NIBM Pune as associate professor, advisor MIT University Noida, and adjunct professor in IMT Ghaziabad. Apart from being a trainer, he is also a consultant to Indian Bank in their risk management department and also on the subcommittee of board on risk management at special invitee. Friends, before I request Mr. Rajesh Mahajan to start his deliberation on the first session of the program, I have pleasure to announce that today we have with us Mr. A.V. Rama, Chief General Manager and Chief Risk Officer, Canara Bank. I welcome you, Mr. A.V. Rama, sir. Friends, it is a privilege that Mr. A.V. Rama, sir, has kindly consented to inaugurate this training program. I would request Mr. Rama, sir, to kindly inaugurate this program with his inaugural address, and your inaugural address will keep our confidence of the participants, confidence of the faculty, and confidence of the entire team of Banking Quest very high. Sir, Rama, sir, to kindly inaugurate this session.
Yeah. Good evening to one and all. Of course, for the kind words and also the high words Mr. Gulati has used. Of course, I'm a small man before our Rajesh Mahajan and others. In fact, I myself was a participant in one of the, I think, programs when he was coming to NIBM. I was also a participant when Mahajan has come to NIBM. Similarly, other professors which you have named, like Bosu, we are all actually participants in many of his sessions. So really, I am glad and to give this inaugural session for our participants from across various banks. Of course, Canara Bank has given good number of participants, Union Bank and State Bank of Mauritius and others. So really sure that this banking quest, as the name gives, quest means you have to search for something new. Definitely all the participants will get more than something after this, whatever session of this week or month program. I'm sure all our senior faculty and bankers who have well experience, rich knowledge, 35, 40 years of service, and some of the, in fact, faculty are PhD doctors also. So that also will give a lot of weightage and leverage to all our participants. So I call this as a welcome to the family of risk doctors. Why risk doctors, you may be wondering. In fact, doctor profession and our risk profession also some similarities are there. Doctors also take steps for curative and preventive. We as a risk profession and risk doctors, we also take curative and preventive steps. In fact, doctors also suggest certain medicines, preventive steps, or diet controls, like that. They will also suggest, as a risk doctors or being risk profession, we also suggest certain limits, controls, awareness, like that. We also do that in our profession. So you all would have seen the faculty who are going to impart knowledge and skills on risk management during this program. And as I mentioned, I was also a student or a participant in many of the sessions in NIBM. Of course, risk has multiple dimensions and enough definitions that all we will come to know during this program. Risk, if not managed well or minimized well, it may result in loss of life or loss of assets or loss of capital. Capital may be money. Over the past decade or so, we have been witnessing significant changes to the risks, particularly in the banking industry. In many cases, our mandates have expanded since the global financial crisis, complicated by the need to effectively process and analyze big data, often now at higher frequency intervals, and compounded by the phased migration from legacy to new technologies. The cyber and information security risks are evolving, and hybrid threats can arise as these overlay with physical security and data protection risks. At global level also, it is clear that risk environment is continuously evolving, exacerbated by the pace of change and the broader and very significant risk industry must confront. For these reasons, it is important that banks continue to enhance our approach to risk management and recognize the lines between financial and non-financial risks, which will continue to blur over the long term. Naturally, tone from the top is critically important, and senior leaderships must not only embrace their first-line risk management responsibilities, leveraging the frameworks, policies, and supporting tool set of the second line, but also continuously foster a culture of risk awareness, seeking when possible to design risk out of our banks. It is equally important that our executives and officers down the line are well versed with the subject and have requisite competency to assess and quantify the risk within the bank. I hope these sessions will enable you to gain further expertise in the subject. It is a pleasure to open this learning session on risk management. It facilitates an opportunity for all of us to share learnings. We should benchmark ourselves against each other, relevant industry standards, and maintain broader perspective on how the risk landscape is evolving to ensure we remain capable of mitigating controllable risk. In fact, single slogan it will goes, be aware and beware. That is actually slogan in the risk management. So we all will be learning in these sessions. Thank you and happy learning, and over to our faculty. Thanks for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Your guiding and inspirational words will go a long way, and participants will take a cue. Yeah, be aware and beware. That's a very good slogan you have given, and I know I'm confident that participants will adopt a risk culture in their banking profession. So I request Mr. Rajesh Mahajan to kindly extend a vote of thanks to Mr. Rama and start the program. Sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gulati, for this opportunity. And I sincerely pay my sincere gratitudes to you, Mr. Rama, for inaugurating this session. As a Chief Risk Officer of one of the leading bank in India, that is Canara Bank, we feel really privileged with your presence as a chief guest in this program. Needless to mention that need of the hour in the industry is to create a complete awareness about the risk management across all the sections of the banking, whether it is senior management, whether it is a middle management, or whether it is a junior management. So keeping that thing in mind, we have already finished first level of the program with 10 sessions, and this is the second level. We have divided the whole program in 3 different levels. In the first levels, it was basically to acquaint our participants with the various terminology of the risk management, how the risk management work in banking, what is the banking business activities, and how on day-to-day basis we are facing various risks, how we are identifying them, how we are required to measure, how we should monitor and then mitigate. So coming to this level, our more focus will be now on the measurement. The today's session will be main focusing on the financial risk, and basically under this financial risk, we will be looking into various financial parameters and the financial ratios, which our people, those who are working in the branches and in the risk management, they should adhere to and have a complete knowledge of that. As we will be proceeding in this program, our focus will be on the credit risk, market risk, operational risk, capital computation under the Basel norms. And mostly in all these areas, the focus will be on the measuring the risk. That was our endeavor for the second level. So level 2. So with this, once again, sir, I pay my sincere gratitudes to you on behalf of all the participants who are here. on behalf of the Banking Quest and on my own behalf. I hope this will be a good beginning, as someone has said that good beginning is half done. So with all your message and all your wishes, we will be able to fulfill the objective what we have targeted. And with this, I will be taking the permission of Mr. Gulati to start the first session.
Yes, sir, please, thank you all. Please proceed, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Mr. Rama Rao, sir. Rajesh Mahajan, kindly start.